Mazi they praise in fellow Mazi in Finland. They say Anna na agba na agba. Hey, that one still enter. Hey, now that one they go continue they praise and say, hey, our prime minister Anna na agba. You know, they say the animal where they shoot gun, you still they dance. Normally they say, you know, that when they adulate God, or you know, the concept of a higher being, so you use those kind of words and say, when you go they shoot the animal, when you go still there just they eat the grass, it's not moved. So now this one can change and say anu na agba ya ona na agba ona agba egwu. Una well done, oh, una doings, una don't to do. We acknowledge your doings. Who say man no day? We see you people day, una full ground. We underestimated you. You did well. Yeah, we acknowledge it. Me if I acknowledge, yeah, I don't know so not doings rich like that too. But me if I agree. I agree. So I get doings. Yes, I have to give it to you guys. But I know verse. So now is the time to talk about the going. Una don't to do. Nigeria hear it. In fact, the whole world is vibrating as we are talking. And Nigeria is shaking. Nothing is happening. Everybody is looking at you. Stand still. Because you people are just doing too much. Your sit at home doings. Even here, even heaven they testify. And the most even everybody knows. Say, una doings. You don't reach heaven. So this time now, we want to talk about the doings. The going. Good evening. Ismaila. If I not greet you, now wait here again. I greet you. Chima, Ikon, I greet you. Ogonus, I greet you. Good evening. Kehinde, you're welcome. Oladeji, you're welcome. Bello, I greet you. You say I know Kuku know anything. Chidi, but you say you know nothing about freedom, and I don't support it at home. But you guys are becoming so not true. Now so we just useless. But you just want you can't live where on a useful. Constantly come here. Now wow, this kind of usefulness. So it get as if you say we don't know what is freedom. We don't know anything. I bet teach us this one are doing. Nine be the freedom. No, anybody can buy for the freedom except the misleader in DSS. This one now where they do if hand touch and now the thing will change for free. I don't know how I go come do at that time. And I go say free Nnamdi Kanu and free Simon Ekpa. Be una go still they talk only Simon Ekpa. Una go still they talk only Nnamdi Kanu. Una no go come they talk about the prime minister. I never even understand how I go do that. Thing go even be interesting to witness. Now, well done. No, I don't ever say I know anything. I don't know anything about freedom. But I they see when I flee doom. How are they fleeing the doom? Hey, well, the way they are running in that market, hey, well, they know that everybody the enter skater. You are seeing your flee doom. Now, well done. Good evening, Eddie. I greet you. Greetings, Bello. You're welcome. Ebenezer, I cite you. You look like her. How you know go look like someone you see in Port Harcourt? God punish you. Why will you not see me in Port Harcourt? You said before, I'm sorry, because when I've seen Idu no reach you write how Idu. And we know now how you do things, they be. We know you now. There's no camouflage. You people are just so predictable, but you don't even know. But anyway, I don't know anything. You know, say me self have a smart. I don't know anything. Now, well done, no. My people are the great owner. I greet all of una. They will not listen. Good now, Ben Chikanebo. Long time. You're welcome. Francis, you're welcome. I greet you. Ifeanyi Asiebula, I greet you. You're welcome. No verse, never no verse. Hey, whoa. He said that you're making people look in the eyes of others. No, we are showcasing your doings now. Do you like as you are doing something, nobody will be seeing it? Don't you want the humanity to vibrate? Don't you want CNN to come and carry your news? Okay. How will CNN now come if nobody's talking about your doing? So are you doing all these doings for the doing sake? Oh, he's treating you as you are doing and you're buying your own people. Like that man in Keke today would buy So you like it like that, Abi? It's not making you look stupid when they are doing that one. It's this one here that make you look stupid. Hmm? But all day, I don't have a word for you this evening. Now the going we want to talk about. Good evening. Hey, I greet you, Umwani. You're welcome. Oh, hey. Ola Osunleti, I greet you. I greet you, Yusuf. You're welcome. Eche, I greet you. You are still welcome back. Oh, and they were allowing a bunch of illiterate and jobless but wanna make them look stupid in the eyes of. They are for me. They are they are for me. They to mumu tables now. Abba, it is what it is now. Good evening. My old account. Which old account? I don't have any other account. I know now. More than no whine me, bingo. I don't dey understand on a tricks, on a welcome. So, my people, you are very, very welcome to this live video. I greet every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us. In this video, I want us to talk about the sit-at-home doings. You know, when I'm saying doings, on this channel, we are talking about the 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 things that the umubingos, the people we call umubingos on this channel, are the people that allow themselves to be lied to, that allow themselves to be manipulated, and they turned their brain and donated it to Kanu and donated it to somebody like this Simon Ekpa. So they are not thinking for themselves. These people are in faraway places and removing them. And what they are doing, they are enforcing the orders of these people that they don't know, people that are somewhere else. Like this one, at least you can even say, you know, in Chike Dosem, the one that are doing DO shit, Monketa, and all those kind of things. You don't know what they look like. You have never seen them before, but they are the one giving you order. They are telling you enter bush. They are telling you who to go and buy. They are giving you order. The things they are doing in Igbo land. That's what we are calling doings. So because we cannot be explicit there and be saying everything, that's how we say the things that they are doing. Like today, they went to Owerri, they went to Anambra State, they went to different places. Even Nijele wrote that they went to Master Prophet house. It's like Master Prophet collect today. They say the person that is guiding his house, a civil defense officer, they buy him in Master Prophet house. So keep in mind that Master Prophet is in-law to Nakano. So it's like the internal war. They never see country, they don't they get civil war. Oh, I'm not talking anything. I'm not saying we don't know anything about freedom. We are just talking about the doings. So the doings they are doing since has been about how to leave Nigeria. They want to leave Nigeria. They want to go and form a country that they call Biafra. Unfortunately for Ndi Igbo, they allow a few minority set of people to hoodwink the name of their ethnicity, to hoodwink, you know, their own region in Nigeria, and use it to be doing what they are calling Biafra agitation. Right? So if you did not put your house in order, if you did not stop something that is coming to consume your region, you are playing ostrich, or you are thinking that you are going to use that wahala, those doings, you want to use it as a bargaining chip. It's going to backfire, especially because this is not the first time. This is the second time. So because it's happening a second time, you cannot say that you have not learned the lesson. You have enough time to go through what happened, revisit what happened, ask questions. But since they allow themselves, they allow the region, and the few people that spoke up, they are saying those are the ones that don't like them, that are the ones that are selling them out. And the ones that are bringing war to their region, to them in their doorstep, are the ones that love them. So I feel like it's time to talk about going. That going, Gongo, because we are not talking about it. Because up until now, when we are talking about going, we are saying, oh, look at all you stand to lose. Look at the benefits of Nigeria. Nigeria it's like, oh, you are begging, or why are you begging? Or just allow us to go. It's enough. Waiting. We don't want. Is it by force? Somebody say it's not doing again. Is it by force? I feel like it's about time. Let's talk about that going. Right? That going, what does it even entail? Where exactly are you going? That's where I'm doing this video right now. And earlier on today, I posted the information I was reading from yesterday. So I think I want to go back to that post so we can read it together. I will put up my Facebook page right now so we can go there and we can read that post together. And it entails about the going. So when we read through the post, then you can have your say. You can call in and tell us what you think about the going. And before I'll let you talk about the going, I also share the video that Asari Dokubo did, saying that it's about time to let the Igbo go. So I think it's even better. Let me play that video from Asari Dokubo first.
Allow them go. National Assembly, let peace in the name of God. Why do we allow this vicious cycle of irritation of one people claiming to be victims when they are really the aggressors, when they are really the people offending others? Let us allow them go. National Assembly, let us vote, let them go, so that the burden, there'll be more resources for other people to manage. If they want, if we don't even need a referendum, the president should meet, the National Assembly should meet, somebody courageous enough should sponsor a bill at the National Assembly. There should be a constitutional amendment. The 5 Igbo states and any group of people who want to join them, let them join the Igbos and go. It's a
So I hope
please in the name of God.
Please in the name of God.
Why do we allow this vicious cycle of irritation of one people claiming to be victims when they are really the aggressors, when they are really the people offending others? Let us allow them go. National Assembly.
Like what our brother wrote here, he said, none of our politicians are championing this. Let me look at that comment again. I saw a comment. A brother made a comment. He said, none of Southeast, no Igbo serving political office holder is trumpeting this Biafra nonsense. How can someone from nowhere demand for a country? So the thing is, if your silence or your action is all a reaction, there's this thing that is said about communication is you cannot not communicate. Like in everything, there's a communication. Whether you are trumpeting it, whether you are not trumpeting it, there is a communication there, because you cannot allow something like this to be going on and you are not saying anything about it. You're saying nothing about it is also a communication. It's called tacit support. So you can actively support or you can tacitly support. So there is a communication that they are communicating to Nigeria nonetheless. So if a few group of people come up and you are not the one that sent them and they're not representing your interest in any way, you're not going to sit back and tacitly support them, right? You're going to make bold statements. You're going to retract that topic from them. You are going to go on the offensive with information dissemination. You have the radio stations, you can use it to get into the hearts of the people. When they are sending all those messages and deceiving the people and telling all these stories, all this marginalization, all this, you are in a position, you have the imperative to change that narrative, right? To diffuse that tension. Because the people are tense, they are anxious. And your duty as a presiding officer, as a government in that region, is to de-escalate. It's a tactic. You tactically de-escalate the situation and bring the tempers down and do what it is. But you fail to do all that. And just that because you're not saying anything, you're not doing anything, it's not excusing your docility, you understand? So your action or inaction are both bold statements that they are making. So we are back at the point whereby you are inaction or non-action or not speaking up is also your way of agreeing with what is going on, right? So now back to the doing and going. So now you are going. We are now having to talk about the going because you can't have it both ways. And we are looking at Africa and we see all the challenges in Africa. And we see the whole world, how they are trying, they are going forward. Africa is still behind, very far behind. And I think that a war in the most populated black country in the earth today is not going to be to the benefit of anybody of black origin. Like we are already so set back already. So I am of the opinion that instead of trying to placate and explain, let's talk about that going. Really, let's talk about the going and how it's going to be. Let it take shape. So it's not enough to say, I want to go, I want to go. Let's start talking about that going. So you begin to have idea of your going, how you're going, the goings, and how it's going to be, and everything that it takes, so that, you know, you start walking towards it as in actually, not just by saying, not just by running around, not just by crying flags, right? So that's what Asari Dokubo is saying here. So let it play again a little bit, then I will read.
Peace in the name of God. Why do we allow this vicious cycle of irritation of one people claiming to be victims when they are really the aggressors, when they are really the people offending others? Let us allow them go. National Assembly, let us vote, let them go, so that the burden, there'll be more resources.
So I remember that in the beginning, I made a post and I said that remove Igbo from IPOB. Don't allow IPOB to take the identity of Igbo. And I was called all sorts of names, threatened and caused out and all those kind of a thing. And up until today, nobody, even sometimes I still try to put it out and say, stop interchanging IPOB with Igbo, but they will not. And they will do, IPOB will do something, they'll say Igbo youth, you know, say Igbo, they were interchanging it for their own purpose. When it suits them, they say, oh, it's IPOB, you know, like kind of a thing. So let's go back to the write-up that this man have made and put out about the going. The going. Keep in mind, we're talking about the going. So here he said, nobody should be trying to discourage Biafrans from leaving Nigeria. We should make sure we are fair to them by making the process without any form of blood. Are you seeing it? So the first step that they have to do is to pick a date for that secession. I've done this yesterday. I've talked about it. So when that date is picked, so someone was asking me who is going to pick the date. So that is part of the things we are talking about. So let's start talking about the going. Enough doing. We acknowledge your doing. You are powerful. You are indeed on ground. No shaking. And now your doings is gaining attention every day. Nigeria is shaking. Nothing is moving. Everybody is sitting out. Yeah. So let's talk about the going. So who is going to decide the date is part of the how will I put it? The talking about the doing, the going, right? And now to draw the boundary. That's what I'm saying. We are saying going, going, going. You don't have a map. You don't have a map. This the most simple, the basic thing you're supposed to have. You don't have it. You don't have a map, right? So that's what we are saying. So this is it. You draw the map. Draw the boundaries. The boundaries means from here to here is Nigeria, from here to here is Nigeria, and then you have it on a map. So that's talking about the going. Because right now, the talking and crying is enough. It's enough. It's time to work out the going. So let's go there fully, right? And you have time to have your say. I'm going to accept your calls and, I'll share the links. And here he said, number 3, all communities within 10-kilometer radius of the drawn borders should be agreed to be included or excluded. You understand? So that's like what I was explaining to you. Let me see, what can I use to explain the circumference for you. So for example, you have this circle here. Now this thing is like a circle. Let's assume you draw the border. You say here is the border, here is the border. So that place, when you draw that radius, so you now make a circle around it. So everything within a particular 10 kilometer, they will have to decide, do they want to go in or they want to go out. So if they say they want to be part of it, because they don't want to be part of it, they go out, right? So that's what it means. So number 4, it said compile a list of all Igbos across Nigeria. Again, it's going to come back to say, oh, how can you say all Igbos are not Biafra? But the majority of the Igbo ethnic group were sitting back while IPOB and Biafra freedom frosters were playing with their identity and their name. So it comes down to that. I mean, it's all happening before us, right? Okay, fine. So number 5, he said, understand that secession means every Igbo based all over Nigeria must return home to live in Biafra on or before the date. So the date you pick here, you make sure that everybody that is from this Igbo ethnicity that is living across Nigeria have to return back to the region that wants to secede from Nigeria. And then when they return, they have to give up all the employment that they have within Nigeria, with federal government, with state government, whether you are police, whether you are civil servant, whether any kind of job you are doing with federal government, you have to relinquish it and go back and await the referendum. And then last, there will be a referendum. So when they do that referendum, then there will now be a vote. And he's also proposing that, for example, all the money that IPOB and all the Biafra secessionists and all the people, all the different groups that they are, talking about secession, they should have enough money to fund the referendum. And Nigeria will give room for that referendum to take place. And so if the referendum succeeds and Biafra secedes from Nigeria, then it means Biafra is just like any other state in West Africa, just like Ghana, like Togo, like Benin, you understand? So like Cameroon. So the relationship that Biafrans will henceforth have with Nigeria will be like the same relationship that other fellow sub-Saharan Africans are having with Nigeria, like West African states are having with Nigeria. Biafra will now have the same status that all West African countries are having, like Cameroon, like Guinea, like Togo, like Ghana, you understand? Senegal, Mali, Gambia, yeah. So Biafra will start having that same relationship the way it is with those kind of those other countries in Africa. So, and they can only travel through or reside in Nigeria according to Nigeria immigration laws. So because you're no longer a Nigerian citizen, you have to follow what does the immigration law of Nigeria say? What do you require to be able to live in Nigeria, to work in Nigeria, to trade in Nigeria, to do business in Nigeria, right? Okay. And then finally, but here, that is if the secession succeeds. So this will be what will happen, that Biafrans will become fellow West African countries, and they will relate as international brothers and sisters. And they have to follow and abide by their immigration laws to live and do business and that kind of a thing. But if the secession fails and it didn't go through, not enough people voted, then it should be that going forth, anyone that brings up again the issue of Biafra should be charged with treason immediately. So this is the man that is saying this thing. He is a security advisor. His name is Asimiyu Abiodun Ladepo. He's an expert in military and security affairs and is based in the United States. So my people, now so the write-up can reach. So having said that, I'm going to go ahead now and share the link, and you can call in and have your say or you can join the stream and respond to this. Please, I want you to respond only to the going. I don't want you to talk about, the benefit of staying in Nigeria and all those. No, no, no. We have passed that. We want to talk about the going in this case. Only the goings. So anything you have to say about the going, about the point that this man raised, what can be added, what can be removed, is it feasible, and you understand how and when, who is going to move the motion, something like that, how it's going to start taking effect, so that we can go into this mode of goings, so that we don't want to see war, we don't want to see the continued buying of our people. Nobody has to shoot one shot, let it just happen, let it go in complete, and then let everybody rest. So that is it. So I don't know who wants to join and who wants to contribute. I'll put my number. Please know that I'm the only one coordinating this thing. So if someone is talking, I can obviously not pick again. So you have to wait, Hello?
Hello, Blaster.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you today, ma'am?
I'm good.
That's great. Can I just ask this first question before I comment on the issue tonight?
Okay.
Whereabout is the author based again? Remind me.
In the United States. It says it's in the United States. Yeah.
Right. I think I'm sorry, but from what I think I have seen here, is kind of putting the cart before the horse.
Okay.
From number 1 to number 7, number 1 to number 6.
Okay.
Should have come after number 7.
Number 7.
Right. Number 7, which is talking about referendum.
Okay. So our brother said that you mean they have to conduct a referendum before they can pick a date for the secession?
I'm coming. It's just a preamble here.
Okay.
From number 1 to number 6 is advocating for a constitutional crisis.
Okay.
Nigeria is a country that operates a constitution, a written constitution.
Okay.
That's why I'm surprised that somebody who resides in America that has a written constitution is not thinking of the fact that for anything that will alter the constitution, which is the Bible, the framework of a nation's existence,
okay,
the constitution has to first be discussed. Like number 1 is talking about boundary adjustment. Did I get it right? I think number 1 and number 2 was talking about boundary adjustment.
Number 2.
Yeah, what was number 1 again, madam?
Number 1 is to pick a date for the secession, and then number 2 is to draw boundaries. But I think that even if you want to go through the constitution, there has to be boundaries that is actually being negotiated about, or not.
That's true. I know. But before all that could happen, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the 1999 Constitution, needs to be amended. 1, to include referendum. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria does not have provision for referendum. So that has to first be discussed, approved, the Constitution amended, then a boundary adjustment would now take effect to say, all right, these are the people that are. If you remember, Lagos State in the days of Tinubu as the governor decided to create more local governments, and the federal government took Lagos State to court because the constitution correctly states that Lagos has 20 local governments.
Okay.
Tinubu created additional local government, which is not stated in the constitution. That was why they went to court, and Tinubu has to say, all right, it's not a full-fledged local government. It's a local government development area. That was how he went by it. So for every other thing that you stated, great. I will support it. But the first thing would be bring number 7 to number 1. let us first ask our legislators. See, this is why in your post today, I made some comments in the afternoon where you put something out on Facebook. The Igbo leaders, the political leaders, the religious leaders, the traditional leaders in the East are not honest and sincere to themselves and to the people of the East.
All right, thank you very much. Let me let another person speak. So,
all right.
Thank you very much. I get your point.
You're welcome.
You are saying he's putting the cart before the horse. And first of all, he needs to talk about the Constitution, and then the Constitution has to be amended, and then they can through the provision there have to be a boundary adjustment, and then from then onwards the other things can follow. Yeah, I get your point. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Obu Obonna, you're welcome. You can have your say.
Okay, sister, thank you so much. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you. If you can raise your voice a little bit, it will be good.
Okay, so thank you very much. I wanted to, this man, I've already said what I wanted to say. I wanted to chip mouth about the referendum, because the last time I checked, there's nothing like referendum in Nigeria Constitution.
Yeah.
Whereby then, before allowing Biafra to go to referendum, they must include the referendum in Nigeria Constitution.
Okay.
That means 99 Constitution need to be amendment. And why, anyway, I don't want to, you say, let's talk about going.
Yeah, going.
Go where?
Okay, thank you so much. So the brother is asking going where?
I don't know where you're going.
First of all, the Constitution has to be amended before you are talking of going.
Of course, even though you give us referendum or you give Igbo State Biafra, if you check around us, you are in circle. You are inside Nigeria already. From left, from east, west, north, still Nigeria. Where are you going?
Okay, thank you.
So I don't know.
My brother Henry, you're welcome. You can have your say. Thank you so much.
Yeah, blessed up. Thank you so much, and thank you to both previous callers and good evening, everyone. The first caller and the second caller, I think we resonate around the same thing. The only thing the author would have added to it, that number 7 would have been plebiscite or doctrine of necessity, because there are 3 ways or 4 ways. The one is the last route is back. So apart from referendum, the National Assembly can actually invoke what is called doctrine of necessity.
Okay, doctrine of necessity. Okay.
Yeah, or plebiscite, and then from there they can take it up. And
so what step would that one be? That doctrine of necessity will be then number 1, and on the basis of that doctrine
all can be number 1 can be referendum. All can be together. Like for countries to go their ways, moreover, a sovereign country, there are 4 ways, and after that, Nigeria will set the timeline for them. Which
I'm trying to work with this timeline. Right, and this guy is saying pick a date, and the other caller said no, number 7 has to go forth, and you are saying not necessarily number 7, which is conduct a referendum, but there can be what did you call it? Something of necessity.
Doctrine of necessity.
Doctrine of necessity. So that places beside can also. Where will you place it? Like, first of all, there will be a date and for the plebiscite, right?
Absolutely.
Of necessity. So that should be number 1 then. So with that, they can then follow the other steps, right?
And even to achieve that number 1 will take a lot of debate and parliamentarian section. It's not something they can get in one sitting. That's something they don't understand. Yeah,
thank you very much for bringing that into for doctrine of necessity. Me, if I don't learn one today. My brother, you're welcome.
Yes, good evening, my sister Blessdom. I've been following your show for so long now, and I want to.
You're welcome.
I want to thank you and appreciate all that you're doing. I don't know. I have audio issues. I don't know if you can hear me properly.
We can hear you very, very well. I mean, I personally can hear you, and I hope it's the same for my viewers.
What I wanted to say is that the silence, the silence of the Igbo elite, the silence of Ohaneze and all the Igbo politicians, the silence speaks a lot. With all the things going on in the East right now, and everybody is acting as if nothing is going on, it is very worrying. Do they do, because they say silence means consent? Do they consent with all these things? Do they consent with all what is going on in the East, the buy-ins and everything? Do they consent with all of them? Because their silence, to me, it means consent. All the the big politicians, the big people, the stakeholders, Ohanese and the rest of them, their silence is it, to me, it means consent. It's like you people should go ahead. Like Chinua Achebe said that if a son that his father sent him to go and steal will not go tiptoeing, will not go in silence. He will go breaking doors. As he will go and steal with boldness. So it is looking to me, as if that the stakeholders, the big men, the Ohanezes, the politicians, the governors, and all the big people who are supposed to be talking, it looks to me as if they are the one who are even sending these people behind.
Yeah, it's like what I
Because
said before.
I can't understand all the killings going on, excuse me, all the violence going on in town, and everybody is quiet as if nothing is happening. What is happening is very crazy.
Yeah, that's what we're acknowledging, the doings, right? So we want to talk about the goings, right? The going is what is pushing the pines now, and we don't want all those doings that they are pine people. So that's how we want to concentrate on this going, so that they can think about it, put their energy into the going, and begin to focus their mind on the going, so that they will not go and be doing doings that nobody needs, right? And it's just like what I said. According to this man that is a science, I think he's a sociologist or something like that, he says something about communication, that one cannot not communicate. So that means everything we are doing, there's a communication. If you are talking, I'm sitting here looking at you, I'm communicating, right? Everything is communication, whether we is audible, we are talking it, everybody's hearing it, or we are keeping silent and looking on. It's also a form of communication. So I agree with you completely. I agree with you. So this one is even asking that the crime that they are doing, is it your concern? Are you Igbo? So they are basically telling you that they have the freedom to buy anybody they want to buy, right? Because they are not Igbo. So it's only Igbo people that can complain. So they don't want you to talk. It's something that gives them joy. I don't know. In the name of Biafra, anything can be done and everybody will accept it. So that's why we need to talk about that going, where they are going, so that maybe the attention will shift on taking, actually for the first time, taking the right step to that going, so that there will be peace, right? Yeah. So thank you so much, my brother, for that contribution. I appreciate that. Yeah. So I don't know if anybody else wants to contribute and add their own commentary. Well, we cannot talk about Kano, or is Kano that is your Biafra? Is it Kano that is your Biafra? So if you get Kano now, what happens? Are you still going to be talking about Biafra? Like, is Kano your prize? Are you buying all these people because of Kano? Like, what exactly are you buying? Me, I'm thinking that it's because of Biafra you are buying all these people, or you are buying them because of Kano. Like, I'm not getting you guys again. Why should I talk about what is happening in Benue? Are you from Benue? Who made you the spokesperson of Benue people? Wait, let me block the bingo self. If you are here as a bingo, you behave yourself, because the block button is working, or the sharp. 12 similarities between P2B and Mesomagic. No, I don't want to go there. We're not talking about that now. We're talking about the going. So another bingo is saying we should remember Nigeria expired since 2014. If Nigerian politicians want to be honest with themselves, we don't need any referendum or added that to the constitution. So you don't need any referendum. Then what do you want? What do you need? You need doings. You want to be going into villages to be buying village people. What exactly do you need? They are nowhere to be found. They are nowhere to be found. Oh, you are still here, my brother. Okay. Yeah, they are nowhere to be found. Thank you. Babalola, I greet you. You're welcome. Thank you. So, maybe we need to even talk about this release Kano up and down. Is it Kano that is your prize? Is Kano the Biafra that you are looking for? You have to maybe start thinking about it also. Are you looking for Biafra? Okay. Are you looking for Biafra, or you want Kano to be released? And if so, what is going to be the condition for them to release Kano? Is the condition to release Kano that Kano, when we are releasing you a second time now on this same case, are you going to stop agitating for Biafra so that we will not release you? On what condition are they going to release him? Because first of all, he was supposed to stand for trial before he escaped. So now they have him back, and the trial have not started. And so everybody say release Kano. So is Kano the Biafra? And I don't get it, guys. So does it mean that if they release Kano now, then you people will don't need Biafra again because you now have your Kano and that is enough for you? Right? You people have to be clear. So you say the only thing that can bring peace is Biafra. That means you're supposed to tell them to give the Biafra first. So you're supposed to concentrate on the going or to Biafra. Going to Biafra is supposed to be your concentration. Say going to Biafra, so that by the time you have Biafra, it's no longer a problem. The Nigerian government will release Biafra citizens to them, not the other way around. Anyway, so we have a guest here. You're welcome, my brother.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah. When we are talking about the going,
yeah,
I actually don't think that there is any going, because why are you paying your fellow tribesman? Meaning that they are looking for something else. They have other things, because it doesn't make sense. It's just like you're saying, okay, I'm doing, for example, Yoruba people say they want to live in Nigeria. The next thing, a fellow Yoruba man looking for another Yoruba man to kill them and telling you that he's looking for, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to them, and we don't want that senselessness, right? So that's why we want to talk about how they want to go this goal that they are talking about. So what do you think about the proposal that the man
the foot soldiers may not know, but those actually behind the scene, that's not what it doesn't make sense. One does not make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Or you say, okay, For example, a certain Yoruba man is arrested. You now say, if they don't release that Yoruba man, you'll be killing more Yoruba people. It does not make sense. It does not make
I
sense.
get what you are saying, but we have
It does
passed
not
that
make sense.
now.
They are looking for something
Everybody have
else.
the way they are thinking. The
They
bingos
are
have
looking
been
for something else.
manipulated in another way. Their mind is somewhere else. Like they are not being logical. So that's where they are. So we are on this side and we are looking at it that what they are doing is Iberiberism overload. But they think that they are mumudable. They are so mumudable that they think they see sense in what they are doing. And because we know that we have passed that phase that we are begging them and explaining to them and showing them and trying to let them to understand. They say lie. That doing is too important for them. They have to do it. So we have to show them, okay, let's go to that going. How are you going to this Biafra? Let's talk about to go that Biafra. The process involved to going to that Biafra. Let's go there. You understand me?
Well,
so that's
you will notice that if people now say, okay, please take your Biafra, you will see that they will start dragging their feet because they are looking for something else. It's just probably this is just a scam taken too far.
All right, thank you so much. I get your point. Thank you.
Okay.
So let's not drag it. So you're welcome. Olure Rotimi, I welcome you.
Thank you.
So you've seen our the steps to going to Biafra, right? This is a proposal, it's open, right? So we want to kind of look at these steps that this man proposed, and some people have already made adjustments to it, right?
Yeah.
So what is your take on it?
Sorry, Blessed Dog. I am gate crashing again. I was the first caller on the phone that said referendum should have been the first thing before. But the reason why I called back, I was fiddling with this link. I wasn't getting it through. That was why I decided to call them. The reason why I called back was the comment you read. I think it's high time someone knowledgeable bring our people's attention to the amalgamation propaganda that has been thrown all over the place. Yes, 1914, when the South and the Northern Protectorate were amalgamated, it was a relationship that was set with a lifetime of 100 years. That was a constitution of some sort. There had been how many constitution review afterwards? When people need to understand that when a new constitution comes into place, the previous constitution is dead and buried. It does not exist anymore. So the noise about the 100 years had been overtaken by the various constitutions that has played in the Nigerian context. So people need to just throw this behind the burner.
Okay, you are saying that the constitution that they are talking about, it does no longer exist.
It does not exist anymore. It's dead, buried, off. Because that's not what we still operate. It's not the amalgamation treaty. It was not even it was a treaty that was put together by Lord Lugard for his administrative convenience. Then that was what brought Nigeria together.
Difference? A treaty is an agreement.
It was an agreement of these people coming together, ruling them, and these people that came together in 1914 had evolved to a nation. They have had 3 different constitutions to operate with. So the treaty of 1914 is dead, buried in the water. People should not be referring to it.
But there are people that say that the problems that we have is coming from 1999 Constitution, and that 1999 Constitution is coming also from the military constitution, and that military constitution is coming from that treaty you are talking about.
It didn't come from that treaty. It didn't come from that treaty. In when was this now? 1995 it was. Abacha convoked a constitutional conference.
Okay.
Where the 1999 constitution was put together.
Okay.
But if you are conversant with the Nigerian political terrain, then you would know that that constitution is fashioned to suit Abacha's self-sustaining bid. You will remember around then, everybody was adopting Abacha as he was meant to get off the khaki and come up with Agbada and become a president. But as fate will have it, he died. Then
that's when they were talking about something about transition, right?
Abacha did not. No, it was the IBB that did a transition. Okay. Abacha did not do a transition. Abacha was we had a constitutional conference that produced the constitution. Then at a time, all these political parties, UNDP, there are 5 political parties, then I can't remember. They were all adopting Abacha as their presidential candidate. We never got to that stage before he met his death. Then Abdusalam Abubakar rushed in and rushed out. That
so
constitution is flawed.
Here is saying that the 1999 constitution is the same as the 1979 constitution. What do you have to say about
How can you say that? Does it carry 1979 on it? No. Some people sat in 1995. A constitutional conference was convoked in 1995 that produced the 1999 constitution. It was not an amendment. The 1999 Constitution Conference, 1995 Constitutional Conference, was not an amendment of the 1979 Constitution. 1979 Constitution died in 2003 when the military took over. Was it 2003 or 2002? When the military took over, yeah, it was 2003. The 1979 Constitution died. A new constitution was convoked in 1975.
No, wait. In 2002. No, I think we came into this dispensation in
1999. 1999, yeah.
With the constitution that was
put together in 1990. That was 1995. The conference held in 1995, but the constitution itself came into effect in 1999. Why
are you? How come the previous one had to wait 2 years down the road to
which
see
one?
The 1971 Constitution.
1979 Constitution was what Shagari operated, that died when the military took over in 1983.
Okay, 1982. That's the confusion, because you said 2002. Yeah, okay.
Did I say 1983?
Yeah,
when the military took over, that 79 Constitution died. Another constitution was convoked, conference was convoked, and constitution took effect in 1999. Yes, it is true.
The military was ruling with military constitution.
No. Militaries don't rule with constitution. Military rules with decrees.
With decrees, their own decrees.
Their own decree.
They converted their decree then into the 1999.
No. With the military, there are 12 people. The Supreme Military Council. 12 people sit down and decide what needs to happen. They don't operate constitution. They use decrees. After these 12 people decide what would happen, then they will enact it with a decree, with a military decree, and it becomes law.
So that means 1979, when they were still operating on the military constitution, up until 1983, when there was a military takeover.
No, madam, no. 1979, when UPN Shagari became the president of the Second Republic.
Okay,
Now, let's get this. Republics operate by constitution. We've had 3. The first republic was at independence. We operated the constitution. That was expunged when the military took over. Then in 19 was it 76 or 75 or 76? I'm not too sure. I can't remember. A constitutional conference was convoked. It brought a constitution that took effect in 1979.
Okay.
Then, when the military took over in 1983, that constitution died. So, in 1999, when Obasanjo became the president of Nigeria under PDP, a new constitution evolved. That's the 1999 constitution that we currently operate. It is true that constitution has a lot of flaws. But like I said, what was his name? He rushed in and rushed out. He should have convoked a constitutional conference to look at that constitution and take away everything that makes monster of the executive. Every executive in Nigeria, from the local government to the presidency, because that was what Abacha wanted, were made a monster by that constitution, and a lot of other things.
Yeah, okay. What we are hearing, someone is making a comment. He said, what we have presently is the 1979 constitution.
Oh God, we do not have. No.
As amended in 1999, which means nothing was expunged, but
it
rather
was not.
amended.
It was not amended. A constitutional conference was convoked in 1996, 95 by Abacha. A constitutional conference was convoked. You cannot convoke a constitution to amend a constitution. Now, as it is now, the current constitution that we operate had been amended several times by different sections of the parliamentarians, and they have not convoked another constitutional conference. You cannot amend a constitution with a constitutional conference. A constitutional conference brings out a new constitution.
Okay, I get that.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, he's not. He's explaining the political makeup, because, we have to ask these questions and, have the answers. Because most of the time, the people that manipulate the minds of our people, these are the punchlines that they use.
Yes.
So
I know I've had that a lot.
The conclusion to what you are saying is the constitutions we have had so far are in 1960, 1979, and 1999.
Had put the amalgamation treaty to the dust trash bin.
Okay, so anybody that have a contrary opinion, you can join the link, you can join the stream and tell us your own timeline. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So if you have a contrary opinion to what the brother have just explained to us, you can join the link and give your own opinion. So what are you saying now, Akinade? What are you saying? What contradicts what the caller said? That's what we want to hear. And remember, keep in mind, we are still talking about going to Biafra. How is going to go. And what brought about the constitution is somebody was saying that they cannot be saying there should be constitutional amendment or doctrine of necessity in the absence of the possibility to conduct a referendum in the constitution, that they can use a doctrine of necessity to bring it into effect, right? So that's why we're actually talking about the constitution, because somebody said they can't even put all those conditions because Nigeria expired in 2014 and that the country doesn't hold any water there, that they don't have any constitution. So this brother is explaining to us that that's not true, that Nigeria has a constitution, and that Nigeria have used the constitution that they are using now. It's not the one that the military level, is not the one that person is talking about. Those ones does not exist anymore. Yeah. So you are saying that the 1999 constitution is forged document. This is the punchline of some of the Igbo separatists, that are also talking about going. They are also talking about this 1999 constitution as if there's any constitution that is completely perfect. Every constitution is a work in progress. Every constitution all over the world, you know. Onyeje, abeg o. They are not saying it directly, but they are saying it indirectly by keeping quiet. So we assume that it's all in the works for them. He's a lawyer. He's a lawyer. He went to Nigeria Open University. So Nigeria Constitution is not it's not forged, please. Okay. Our brother is saying if you grab a copy of the Constitution, it's boldly written 1979 Constitution as amended and known as 1999 Constitution. So when you mean that they are amended, it that so many things that were there before continue to be on it, and they added something, they changed some things, then basically it's not the same document again. Like, it's amended, then it's not the same document. Or is it better that they throw away everything that was in it and write a completely new one? I don't even know what is the problem about, what is the aggravation about, what is the anger about. Like, I don't get it. So and the 1999 constitution has continued to be amended. So many things continue to be added to it. I don't know, like, what exactly is in that constitution that doesn't go well with you? Why don't you pick it out and call for its amendment? I don't know. Isn't that possible? So I think we will need a lawyer to come and explain for us now, because people are having strong opinions, and me personally, I don't even see the constitution as a do or die affair, that it has to be this particular way or this particular way. Because I live in this country, since I came to this country that I'm living in, the constitution have continued to change and evolve. And once they change something in the constitution, it becomes law immediately. And when they are quoting the law, they will say, with effect from this law from so time. It takes effect. So I don't know why somebody will hold on to and say, this constitution, you have to change it. This constitution is the only problem there. The wise thing to do is, what are those sections of the constitution that you find problematic? List them out. Let it be your point that you're making. Let it be, if it's something you want to push for. If it's something you want to push for, a reform, for an amendment, we see the Black Americans doing that. We see people fighting for different sections of their constitutions to change it, to amend it, to reclaim what was taken through that constitution, that section. It's always the case. Even here in Germany, they continue to like in the past, only the child or the father can give citizenship to a German person, but later on they amended it, and for example, I'm just giving one example, and then woman can also give citizenship. So if you are a German when your father or your mother is a citizen, but before it wasn't like that. So are they going to throw away all the constitution, all the letter, because they still have it coming from Weimar, and they continue to amend it? So I don't know why the attachment, like, it's like someone is so intent to find something to hold on to and say, is this a hair? Gotcha, now this one. I don't get it. Please, like, I'm always open to hear people's opinion. So which constitution have all the people convened? The US constitution that they say they are founding fathers, those founding fathers, who are they? Are they the millions of the people? Tell me the constitution. I'm reading what this brother wrote, because this is the punchline of some secessionist sections of Ndigbo that they are using to hold on to the section of the gullible that they are holding also. You know, oh, constitution, this is what, like, I don't get it. What is the section of that constitution that is your problem? Why don't you focus on it? Who are the who are they going to convene? At the end of the day, they are always going to convene certain stakeholders. They're not going to convene the whole 200 million. Where is it done? Where do you convene everybody? Right? Like where? Not even in any section. Not even in a classroom. You have a class rep, for God's sake. I don't get this acrimony and this mindset, honestly. He said the 1979 Constitution and the 1999 Constitution, just the same. All few change amendment took place in 1999 and before 1999. I can't understand you. Like, I don't understand what you are writing. E.g., in 1979, it was 19 states then. Then in 1995, it was 30 states. 1979, okay. And then it was 30, in 1999 it was 36 states, you know. So it takes effect from there. So it's a huge change now. Of course, it's a huge change. So the constitution gives those states, those new states, credibility, right? So what is the problem? Like, it's not as if the constitution is targeted at you, depriving you of anything, or even if it is, you feel like, what are those things? Then bring it out and let it be a topic of constitution, of conversation. What are you saying? Oh, the whole document. Do you see anybody going around and saying, even the places that they have said, okay, the constitution, and they have changed the whole document of the constitution? It's still people that will sit down and write the same law. Is it everybody that will go there? It's still some representatives that they were going to choose. So what is actually the fools? I don't get it. Yeah, it evolves and changes. So why are you clinging on it and saying the constitution, if you don't do that constitution, you know, this absolutism, this extremism mindset. And because you now say, oh, you must have something is your talking point so you can hold on to it like the pillar of your being. Why? Constitution is there, is a document, you know, it's for guidance. And so the sections that are amended, it takes effect and continues to evolve. So the way, who are the people there? So maybe you need to find out, okay, who were the people who convened that and say we the people? I don't know who are the people that convened and wrote German constitution. Do you know the people that convened and wrote any constitution? I don't know. Then amend that part and say, not we. If that is the trouble, then you move a motion or have your representative move a motion and say, this constitution is not written by we. Then whatever, what is more preferable for you? If that one is your problem, what is the problem? Go, safe. You know, make a mountain out of a molehill. Thank you, Lumide. Revolution is happening in your corner now. You will not see where to run to. Instead, they will put barricade everywhere. You will end up in IDP camp inside Alibo. That revolution is happening inside your head, and from inside your head, you enter inside your village. From inside your village, you will enter inside your town. It's not going to go beyond that. I'm sorry for you. Good evening, my brother. You're welcome.
Yeah, bless her. It must have been the laugh. You see these people, this Umu Bingo now. Let's say the National Assembly grants them audience to go and organize themselves and come. They will still run away. They will still cry. You know, that is why they keep crying 1914, 19. Do they understand what is called evolution of time? Those years are past.
And now we have even derailed from our topic now because we wanted to focus on the going to Biafra, you know?
Absolutely. Now, I don't know. Okay, since 1999, they can accuse the Nigerian Constitution
of anything. Now the bingo narrative is static. We see it.
Ask them now.
You can't miss it.
Since 1999, or even since the last administration, some sections of the Constitution were amended. For example, the last section that was amended was the aspect that removed subsidy from the Constitution and the budget. But, you know, these people are just, I just wish the National Assembly cannot come low to their level. Even if you tell them Mubingo and now, even the ones who shouting in diaspora, organize yourself and send your representatives. I can bet my life on it. They cannot sit on the table and negotiate. They come with an excuse. They can't sit with an outside. They can't negotiate with Fulani. These people, they are so thick in the brain.
And they are so busy, eager to write insults, that even if you are telling something, that insult they want to write is the more important thing for them because they don't have mothers that taught them anything.
You know, like you said now, America on a daily basis, even okay, let me use America as a case study. The right to bear arms is under, you know, they've been trying to amend it. It goes back and forth. Under Obama, before the healthcare bill could become a law, they amended that section. You know, I don't know this. Call them now, or even those ones in Finland, or tell them now, okay, come, nobody will arrest you. Come and sit down on that table and negotiate. Zero, they cannot. You know,
they love carrying their placard, you know, anything to have a talking point.
Okay, ask them now. Okay, now they are crying a fresh constitution. Now, how do they, like, you know, do they understand what writing a fresh constitution? It's not, you know, now, can they bring their own aspect to contribute? The answer is zero. And after all this noise, like you rightly said, it is the representatives. Okay, let me go back to the days of Jonathan, when they had the National Constitutional Conference. It is not all Nigerians. It is elected representatives. So, the onion is on them to push what they believe is right for their region. The simple thing that would have made, you know, a leeway for the Southeast, if these people making noise were really challenging the political space, asking for a Southeast summit, and we say these are the things we want, irrespective of a political party, these are the things we'll be pushing for. So, say for example, during the presidential campaign, every party goes to every region. When they come to the Southeast, the same thing will give to party A, same thing will give to party B, party C, party D. They will encourage all politicians across all parties in Nigeria that what we want are these things. But these people have a nuisance.
Because like we are now, like this Joseph, he has still come to say 1999 constitution is a fraud written by military, led by Abdul Salam, who wrote the constitution. You know,
now,
but when they will talk about it now, you that is the constitution, that's the research you need to go and make. Who were those representatives that convened?
Now, one thing you first understand, ask him now, Emeke Hedioha, when he was House of Rep member, was he the speaker or not? Did he head a committee that oversaw the constitution or not? Ekweremado, for how many years a deputy senate president?
Just a second, I'll let you speak. Yeah.
Okay, good evening, madam.
Good evening.
My name is James. I'm calling for Sweden. You see, the thing is this. I just want to go to the topic.
Okay.
You know, Nigeria, since this 99, the purpose of constitution is to help the country to develop, to grow, to solve problems.
Okay.
And constitution guide the country how it should be governed. Indeed, this 99 constitution, there's a lot of problem. The kind of power they give to the governors, the kind of power it gives to the president, there's a lot of abuse. One, how can you have a governor of a state and the federal is pumping money to that state governor? The governors are patronizing ghost companies that don't even have name, constructing development projects like roads, bridges, and when they collapse, less than 6 months or the road is off more than 1 month, you can't even question them as far as they are on seats. Partially, when they even left the seat, you can't question them. They have a way of manipulating the constitution that local government cannot even have chairman. They have a way of even dethroning your kings, which reflect your cultural heritage. What kind of constitution is this? We don't need primary schools. The state's supposed to run primary schools and secondary schools. Go there and see. You don't even see building.
Okay, fine. So like any country in the world, when there is a constitution, and these things you are pointing out right now are problems you see with the constitution. And these are the problems that the people can communicate to their representatives in the House of Assembly so that they can move motions for and call for the amendment, right?
The problem is the people representing us, because the way they structure the federal level, they are there to serve the interest, their own selfish interest and the interest of the people who are influential at that very moment. The influence of the president, people who are supporting the president. So you must deal with them. Because some of them are ex-governors, they have skeleton in their corporate, AFCC is aware, banks are aware, central bank is aware. You see the entire system. So on the other way around, but let's talk about life. Look at what is going on in Southeast. When the Nigerian government said no, even if somebody from Southeast did not raise the motion, a security agent and other agent can say, look, this thing is not the way it's supposed to be. It's not good. It needs to be debated. It needs to be discussed. Indeed, if Biafra want to be discussed, whether they have, if Samuel Ekpa is not there, they have representative. They should bring this issue, discuss it. If they want to go and the constitution did not allow it, then they should let them understand, look, one thing is this, we have made this constitution for a referendum. Because the way I'm seeing this issue untreated, every year it is increasing, it's taking different dimension.
Yeah.
Kano is there, and people say it's because of Kano these people are behaving like this. We don't really know. It is better they free this Kano and let them debate this issue. Okay, look at North.
So they can't debate the issue while he's incarcerated.
The thing is this, when the leader of a movement, the way the movement, he has gone to a point where you can't put the leader aside while others are speaking for the leaders. So like the representative democratic elected, when they discuss this issue and when Kano is not the one, because Kano is the one championing this something, and when he's not the one talking, it will bring a whole lot of confusion.
Yeah, so but they have internet. Maybe they can do stream. They can use.
Yeah, but he should be a free man. You know, when someone is under that captivity.
But he was free before. He was free before, and he was crying that he wants to be free. So now,
madam, but look at the point I'm trying to bring here. He was, for me, this is my own opinion. People can also counter it.
So, but he was free, and then he said he needed freedom, and then I let him sit down in one place.
Yeah, but when you look at what is going on, when he was free in the first case, I cannot say the situation was as worse as the way it is today. There's a lot going on in the Southeast.
Wait first. Before he introduced these gunmen in the Southeast, was there peace in the Southeast?
I don't see, madam.
Yeah, because don't keep it straight. Before this ESL, all these Biafra menace came up, was the Southeast not the safest region in Nigeria?
It was.
So how can you now interpret that the person that instituted and brought about the carnage that is going on, that was before peaceful region, he instituted the carnage, that his release is going to quieten it? How?
Madam,
because they need to be asking for Biafra.
We're talking about life. Everybody have.
We are talking about life, and Kano has one life. And his life, it does not overrule the rest of the lives. So the point I'm making is, you want him to be released before they will be talking, right? But he's there with them. Let them talk about that so that they will give him Biafra, so that they can release him into Biafra. So what is the point of releasing him into Nigeria?
I would say the point of releasing him. At the time, this movement has been going on, this cry with different groups, and even when it started, we can say there was no violence, everywhere was peaceful, people were sharing him, a lot of people, even from that region, were even tuned into the idea. And if I look at what is going on in the country, it now look as if we don't have value for human life.
Do you think that if he did what he did and instituted this carnage in Sweden, that you will be having this conversation and telling the government to release him?
See, well, we cannot compare the way, madam, please, let me put this one. The way we treat people with law in advanced country with the way Nigerian government treat as citizens, we need to be sincere about this. The thing is this, if he is released, there are conditions to release people. There are people, even in a country, high-profile citizen can be detained, his passport can be taken, it can be kept in a safe place, he needs an attention, medical attention they will give to the person. This is the way the prison is here. So you can't compare to Nigeria. From prison, you can go and get your master's degree. Haven't killed many people in Sweden, in Sweden. So it's a different law entirely.
The thing is, what you are saying.
Yeah? Can I ask him a question?
Yeah, you can.
So the brother from Sweden.
So wait, somebody wants, the brother online, Henry, wants to ask you a question.
Can you explain to me what a flight risk is?
You say you should explain what flight risk is.
Flight risk?
Yep.
I don't understand it. What is
now?
If someone is
I am coming now.
There's something that is called flight risk.
Let me explain to you.
Can you explain it in relation to Kano?
Now,
I cannot explain that.
Okay. Now let me explain it. Let me just ask him the question where he can be able to answer me. Now, he had issues.
It's very unfortunate I'm not hearing this, brother. I don't know.
He can't hear you, Henry.
No,
I don't know if you can increase your volume a little bit.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No, he can't. Maybe you have to go offline so you can listen.
The other side.
Yeah.
One moment, please.
Hello.
Yeah.
No, let me put you off so you can listen to what he's saying. So, my brother, you can continue.
Now, let me just ask him a question. I'll let him carry on now. He was arrested, granted bail by Nigerian courts. Now, he broke all his bail conditions and magically spirited himself out of Nigeria. That is a flight risk. Now, does he think if that same individual is rearrested, he will be granted bail? We live in we live in Europe.
And that flight risk was why they head on to Ekweremadu before his sentence.
That is it. I don't want to go to Ekweremadu.
They released him that he had a high
prosecutor
chance of
service said he had a flight. It's a flight risk. He will disappear.
Yeah.
So they have to hold him. You see, this is United Kingdom. Ekweremadu, they refused to grant him bail. They granted the wife bail. They refused to grant Dr. Obata bail.
Yeah.
Because they know these two persons are flight risk. How many times did Ekweremadu? Now his trial lasted almost 9 months. In these 9 months, the crown prosecutor refused to grant him bail on one condition: he is a flight risk.
Yeah.
So you see, let us begin to expunge sentiments where we need to do research. Let's do research. Even America, this former military guy that was arrested, Manning, they refused to grant him bail.
All right, thank you so much. Let's hear from our sister on the line. My sister, you're welcome. We are hearing you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, blessed and blessed family.
I greet you.
My dear, my contribution is not very short. I noticed that in the Lower Niger Congress, they kind of dominated the conversation today.
Okay.
Whose brain fingered with Constitution Major. Fine. The problem is that the program we are running now is no longer how to remain in Nigeria. It is how to secede. Can you please, when this thing goes, call it Niger Delta, call it IPOP terrorists, tell them that the problem is no longer how to amend Nigeria to be compatible for Elohim and win Nigerians. That the focus is that Nnamdi Kanu should be released And if he's being released, he shouldn't be released into Nigeria. He is not a Nigerian. He should be released into Biafra because it is counterproductive releasing Nnamdi into the zoo. Who does that? Nnamdi Kanu was released before. He realized that he was released in the zoo. He began to behave like animal in the zoo. And now Nigerian government is cautious of releasing him again so that he doesn't become a lion this time. He behaved like a tiger before. Now they are afraid of releasing a lion because tiger is a little less stronger than lion. So now he's a lion. They are afraid of infesting the street of Nigeria with lion. I am not talking about how to amend constitution. That is not what this program is. I've been listening for a while. You are not promoting. You talked about the constitution, everything in 2020, 2021, and 22. This is 2023. You don't want to dwell on one topic. The topic is threat. Nnamdi Kanu wa Biafra, and Biafra he gets. If they think he does not deserve Biafra, then let him face the consequences of every single breath he took, chasing Biafra that never existed anywhere. That is what we are talking about. If Umu Elohim come to engage you, please remind them that they are drifting off topic. That we are talking that you can't go there to ask for. Pius Anyim shouldn't go there to tell Abuja to give him Nnamdi Kanu. Let them give him Biafra flag. On the left hand, and Nnamdi Kanu in the right hand, so that two of them will enter Biafra. And when they enter, that document that the Yoruba man suggested that is threatening them, they will abide by number 5. Number 5, we make Nigerian immigration officer to look at you and say, because you are a Biafran, I don't want to give you Nigerian visa. And stamp you, no. And there's nothing you can do about it. Go home and wear.
Or if you enter, you become illegal immigrant.
Or if you enter there, they have the right to ship you back to where you're coming from, or jail you to start weeding their garden and cocoa farm and their granite gardens because you enter their country illegally. We are not talking about Nnamdi Kanu. His right and this thing. Somebody said that we are talking about human life here. Did I hear human life?
One is sacred and elevated above humans. And the other ones are ordinary humans. And, they so wash their head that they are living, but they are the living dead. Like they are living, but nobody knows their existence. They are writing here with fake names. They are not leaving any trails. Nobody knows who they are. Nobody knows their name. They are undocumented, unknown. And now they are putting them in jail. Some are buying. Nobody knows who are they. They are busy saying release Kanu. Nobody knows who they are, and they are inside jail. They don't have name. Like, I don't get it.
Make no mistake. People know who they are. It's just that the world have not mandated Facebook to bring everybody's data. There is no such thing as fake name. Every computer in the whole world has IP address. Henry Chimezie is an expert, IT expert. Ask him about people operating under pseudonym. As long as you use an electronic device, my dear, it is traceable to internet address, WAP address, and the computer IP or phone. This thing. Then if you post it online, there is another URL that links it to you. So if they say they don't know, that's not true. If they want to crack you down, even if you are posting with pseudonym in America want to crack you down, they will use the IP address and the URL that posted that thing and trace you. They know who they are. It's just that they are not looking for them. If they are looking for them, they will get them. But that is not the topic today. The topic today is Igbo leaders, thank you so much for the effort you're making to save the sacred life of a killer. But please, when you are doing it, use your left hand to be demanding for Nnamdi Kanu. Use your right hand to be demanding for the sacred flag of Biafra. So that as two of you are stepping out of House Rock, the blue, red, and black card that will pick you people will be picking you heading to Biafra. Otherwise, you people are constituting nuisance. We are not talking about releasing Kanu. What are we not talking about here? The constitution. You are not elected. Somebody represents you. How many letters have you written to your rep? Or are you coming to Blessed on page to submit the letter you're supposed to be submitting to your rep's office? Have you ever engaged them?
They are only thinking about insults.
Do you have access to them?
All right.
I don't care. President Tinubu, if you ever come across this message, do one thing to save humanity, save Nigeria, and save we Nigerians living in the East. Please, Biafra is coming to replace our population. Give them Kanu, give them their Biafra. give them define their boundary.
Okay. And what do you have to say about the timeline, about number 1, number 2? For you, it doesn't matter. However, let them just give them, right?
The man was so humane in his proposal because, you know, Mbrede Keja magic, like they said, but he don't want them to. He doesn't want them to be caught in the situation of Mbrede Nyiridike. That's why he said give them a timeline. So he was so nice. He was so fair. Every single thing, I approved that message. I endorse it 100%. That man was speaking. He wasn't speaking. It was the Spirit of God that spoke through him. Because if you are proposing that somebody, like with notice, shouldn't be a problem if you move out by yourself, right? It becomes a problem when the landlord make you move by force. So the man was nice. The man said, don't take them on our way.
You know these IPOB bingos, they've now told them that they are not black people, they are Jews. And so they are so comfortable in their iberiberis and they will be writing black people. It's everything they'll not be saying, you cannot do it because they are black people, because you are now a Jew. You are no longer a black person.
He's an orange person. No, they are orange people. They are black.
They are orange. Okay. Okay, sorry. Orange man. Sorry. Nigeria is not a country. We are talking about going to Biafra. I hope you accept the timeline that was written, or do you have any contradiction? Is there anything you don't accept in the timeline that was given? We are talking about going to Biafra. Thank you so much, my sister.
And the timeline should include both all those all of them should resign their appointment. That was what that man did not, and all the elected officials should gather at Asoro.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, they will give them Namdi Kano.
Yeah.
Give them Biafra colored car. Whoever they are handing Kano over, with the left hand the Kano, with the right hand the Biafra flag. Otherwise, they are owing humanity, they are owing God, they are owing the grave of all Kano's victims. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me take this other call. Hello? Hello? Yeah, you were the one telling us that Kano is a sacred cow, nah? It cannot be allowed to perish.
Let me put this one before you. When I said life, and I think you are here every time and I watch your program because of the love you have for your people and for the love you have for Nigeria, or else would have spent this time for other things. So I respect your courage. I'm not the type who come here to come and insult you or who share idea of what IPOB has been pushing. I'm seriously against it. The thing is this, I think this issue has reached a point where the federal government should sit on an issue that they have to pay attention to by, calling the relevant authority, or even if it's possible, free Kano and talk about Biafra and give them the chances to say, okay, go and do that your referendum in your 5 eastern states, because the danger is this. Frankly speaking, ethnic bigotry, or what I call anti-Igbo, is already growing in the southern part of Nigeria within other ethnic nationality that is close to Igbo, because but people may be pretending. People are hungry. People are not happy. And such a thing is not good. If the way it is now is only confined to Southeast, but these same boys, some are running to neighboring states, and they have right because they are Nigerians. With the same mentality, what do you think they will go and do in that place? They will create problem. And if everything now degenerates into a situation where we will be hunting for ourselves, may God forbid, in the name of one tribe or the other, that will not be good. And I think they should be serious. That's why I said life is what we are talking about here, because it's a gradual process. Look at what we have today now. Not only in Southeast, we know that one is very shocking. The north and everywhere and other parts of the country, a lot is going on. But this one, we are here because of this today. Because someone said the government should allow them to go, so that they should create a door. They should pay attention.
So the thing is, don't confuse the two things. Going to Biafra is not the same thing as releasing Kano.
Oh, we now hear the Biafra, where Kano is in prison.
Yeah, that's why they have to grant the Biafra and release him into Biafra.
When you release him, the federal government owns the entire country.
No, by the time they will be releasing him, Biafra have already seceded, so he's no longer a Nigerian citizen. So they will say, Bye-bye. It was nice having you here. Oh, it was not so nice.
If it is a referendum, who will now campaign to tell the younger people that Biafra is a paradise?
Yeah, the people that are doing all these doings. Kano is inside and he has boys that are doing all these doings that you are also with a witness of the doings. Are you saying the people that are doing all these doings are not capable of showing the people how Biafra is going to be a paradise? Come on now. Don't be talking with two sides of your mouth.
Okay, if that is how you see it, but I think my point is it should be part of the process that we have to address how Biafra will exit Nigeria.
The things he have said, his mindset, his videos, his position, they are all there, loud and clear. You know, like if they look for me today, I'm not here. My position, my viewpoint, my perspective is here for the record, right?
Yeah. So that is the part they take, but they should address it and make sure.
Yeah, so that the addressing of it is making a doctrine of necessity and ceding Biafra to the Biafrans and then releasing their triumphant entry, their warlord in a form of, you know, in the Bible where they wrote the triumphant entry when Jesus was coming through Jerusalem, and they now put him on the horse and put the, you understand me? So that's how I picture it for them, and I pray God will answer their prayer like that. Thank you so much, my brother.
Because so that they instead of, you know, allowing it to be, you know, growing or metamorphosing into different things. Because for me, you play Asari a video here. The danger is this.
No. The thing is, you are derailing the conversation. We are talking about going into Biafra. It doesn't have anything to do with Kano's release. The only time they can be talking about Kano's release if there is a Biafra to release him into. As long as Nigeria stands, he has committed treason against the state of Nigeria, against Nigerian citizens.
Biafra to be created first before it should be released.
Yes.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say is this: the government should be prepared to discuss this Biafra issue, whether he's still in prison or whether he's released. There should be an avenue for him to be included. Campaign to his people. The need how Biafra should be paradise, so that nobody will say, "Oh, we did not allow."
No, he already have men on ground. They are doing the work already, and they are even his inside. We are seeing they are doing, so it's all good. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, Blessed Adam, let me just say in closing, and I'll leave. Thank you. I love one thing you said. You said even if you're not here today, your viewpoints, your perspective, your principles are out here. And those who will be behind knows what you stand for. Now, let me say this clearly. You see, I don't like when people try to think they are smart when they are not. Kano was looking for Biafra, not referendum. He has been clear with it. He said he doesn't want to get anything involved with politics, and he doesn't want a Biafra that will come by any Muslims, but back.
Yeah.
So he has made his stand, and his followers knows it. If he wanted, you see, now let me use an example. Scotland first asked for referendum. When they get it, then they can determine to go independent Scotland. United Kingdom, they first asked for referendum before they could vote for the Brexit. Now, he has never asked. If he wanted, he knows what to do. It's a political process. All his broadcasts are there. His online resources there. He has always been of this stand. He doesn't want anything peaceful. That he promised, that by the time it starts, Somalia will be a child's play. So why are people trying to talk from the other side of their mouth? Your standpoint is my standpoint. I don't need him released. What I want is for them to give him his Biafra, so that wherever they are living inside, he's going straight into his country, like you said, a triumphant entry. That is what people should be discussing. Release him on what ground? What he's asking for is not even there. He needs to look at people that fought for principle. He should stand his ground. He should be strong. He should be courageous in incarceration, because what he is fighting for, incarceration is part of the deal. Now, all he should be maintaining is one stand. Give me my Biafra. I don't want your release. And, that is it. He never asked for a referendum. He never wanted to get involved in politics. He's not an elected representative. So from the word go, they know what they're doing. You can see how stupid these people are. Look at them going to a post office in Finland, submitting a letter. When they should come to National Assembly to submit a letter.
Post office in Finland.
That is it. Am I a baby? That is a post office. They are coming to see the Prime Minister of Finland. No official is waiting for them. They don't even need a turning up. At least, I mean, they think they are smart. If you see, now let me analyze that video now. If I'm in Westminster or number 10 Downing or the Parliament, if I'm making a video, I would move back so that people can see at least the seal of Her Majesty. Sorry, we have a king now. The seal. People can see of His Majesty. Then people can see the office and entering. Just like when any person appears before number 10, the door is unique, the environment is unique. Now they avoided anything that would give them away. They only showed if I will call it like a walkway. And when you look at the cubicle, you could see postages all over the place. And they are trying to deceive the Umokoko. Who is going to see, who is going to push the stack? I think that's what we call it in Germany. There will be an official waiting, at least to receive them. At least to take, enough of all this. Let them stand their ground. They are close to getting their Biafra. This is not the right time for them to, begin to play hanky-panky. Enough of all this. Whoever is calling for his release, let them give him his country so that who can have a peace of mind. So that wherever there's that Biafra, let them go so that we can remain in peace. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. My people, the video has drawn longer than I thought, so it was interesting. It was educative. I hope it was for you. We hear different viewpoints. We were derailed at some point, dragged into different areas, but by and large, I think we heard your viewpoint about going. So going forward, we'll keep on talking about going to Biafra. If their doings, we'll still be looking at their doings, but we'll still keep it in mind that it's about the going so that they can concentrate on the going. And stop saying who is with you, going with you. Concentrate on your going. Somebody is saying, it's not only 5 states, it's 13 states. Concentrate. Did you have any conversation with anybody? Concentrate on your going. Stop looking for who will go with you. Okay? Concentrate on going. So let's be talking about the going so that the going will sink in. You have danced. Imagine going to post office to go and post a letter. The drama, no, they tire them, but it is what it is, my people. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this program. And thank you for lending your voice. Thank you for lending your support. Thank you for the stars. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the superstars. Super thanks. I appreciate every one of you. And let's continue to enlighten ourselves to, encourage each other, actually, because all this talk is about destabilizing Africa, and you know what that means. Imagine the situation of Black people all over the world, and then all of a sudden another buzz is happening in Africa, in Nigeria, with the highest population of Black people. I think it's a duty that we have to prevent something like that. I hope that we will be evolving gradually and things will be changing gradually and taking shape gradually, like all over the world. And all these countries we are looking at, they started their beginning. We were not there. We were brutal. It was ferocious. And now they are stabilized, but we still see all the problems that they have. We still see how they are dealing with their issues. And that they're not running up and down calling anybody. They are dealing with it themselves. So I hope that, Nigeria will continue to evolve. And I hope that, the Biafra issue should be dealt with by giving this possibility for this referendum so that they will not be the weak link for infiltration by, the people will get the word, say they won't carry Nigeria for mind, they go see road where they won't take enter. So it's better for Nigeria to address that issue and, give them that possibility to exit Nigeria, right? Exit Nigeria, and and then we're going to see, everybody is here. We're going to see it, like Lesotho Go and look at the map of Lesotho and South Africa. Do you hear Lesotho again? So sometimes when someone they want something so much, and it's like you are preventing from having it, it's going to think that is that thing you are stopping him because his life is there. You are stopping him because he's going to benefit so much. But it is like that always. So let the person have what they want. Let them have it, and then you have your peace. You have your peace, so that all these things will not continue to be the place that foreign people will now come through and come and cause bigger problem. It is worth thinking about, honestly, because the way I'm looking at this thing, these people, they've been allowed to do this, dwell in this thing so long, and it is part of their consciousness now. Like, they feel like this is just what has to happen. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.